Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. Sorry for the Vosch jump scare, but he's necessary for the context behind today's video. So a few days ago, I uploaded this video. If you want the full story in the Vosch related drama, you can find a link to this video in the description, but the too long didn't read version goes as this. So Vosch is a very popular leftist streamer who has been very vocal against lolicons and anime fans generally, claiming that they are predators and Nazis for the fictional content that they consume. And of course, we've seen this story unfold before, but a week or two ago, Vosch had a stream where he accidentally leaked his Poontang folder, which was now visible to the public, which contained images of lolicon as well as smut featuring AI-generated horses. Now, this whole set of drama has sparked another debate about the term lolly and anything relating to it, which has led the usual suspects to share their absolutely god-awful takes on the subject, including Brittany Venti, who over the past week has been sharing some of her thoughts once again about the topic of lolly, as well as launching more attacks on hololive's Gawr Gura. Now, for those who don't know, Brittany Venti has been attempting to beef with Gawr Gura for nearly 4 full years at this point. Gawr Gura's VTuber debut back in 2020 was Brittany Venti's personal 9/11. Ever since then, she has had a personal vendetta against Gawr Gura and has routinely attacked Gawr Gura, her fans, and Cover Corp over the subject of lolly. Now, back in 2020, she started off with takes like this that have become meme-worthy and really funny to look back on, but she made a lot of content because she was angry about the topic of lolly and how it plays into Gawr Gura's streams and her community. So she released a now infamous YouTube video called The Predator Problem. You can see this is a re-upload of that video, but you can still see the unbelievable dislike ratio on this video where she attacked Gawr Gura, her fans, and Cover Corp with some slanderous claims.
Now, with that said, there is something called hololive now that they do in English on YouTube. Before it was just Japanese, and now it's in English as well. They have little lollies, prepubescent girls, on YouTube. And my first impression of it was, oh, is this like a child show? Is this a kid's show? Like, kids can see it, kind of like Dora the Explorer, and like interact with it. And then I come to find out, no, actually, the chat is full of 40-year-old men getting off to the depiction of a 9-year-old.
But of course, some more Rev-related lore. My reaction to her Predator Problem video was one of my first, if not the first, long-form commentary video I had ever made on this channel, and it sits here as a relic of time. You can see the like-dislike ratio on my video as opposed to Brittany Venti's Predator Problem video, and that's after getting brigaded by multiple communities trying to attack me for calling her out. But nonetheless, we saw at the time, a lot of people were like, well, Gawr Gura doesn't know Brittany Venti exists, and that's a claim people are still making to this day. Well, back when this was all happening in 2020, Gawr Gura uploaded this thumbnail for one of her streams, and she had this little text here saying, "Goo goo gaga, lol," which is a reference to the way that Brittany Venti was mocking the way that she would speak, the way that Gawr Gura would speak. So she added this little jab into a thumbnail. It is still there to this day if you want to check it out for yourself. But Brittany Venti has returned about a week ago. She made this tweet once again tackling the subject of lolicon, saying, you know, lolicon pedo hive are about to swarm whatever conversation it is whenever someone whips out this image. Now, Brittany Venti has created a head count height chart to determine the age of fictional characters as well as real people. And you can see if you're 8 heads tall, if your head is 8 times stacked on top of itself, and that reaches the top level of your height, you are an adult. 7, you're a 16-year-old, maybe an adult, but 6 heads, you're aged 9 to 15 according to Brittany Venti. Well, this has not gone very well. She is getting made fun of very hard for this, as this user said, she was 7 head feet tall, you sick bastard. People pulling this out saying, behold, a child, based on this head count. Here's another one saying, Tila Tequila is 6 heads tall and is 42 years old. Stop shaming short women. As you can see here, 6 heads. Very, very suspicious. That would make her 9 to 15 years old, according to Brittany Venti. And unfortunately for Brittany Venti, she fails her own test Under her own scale, she would be aged 9 to 15, so I guess we don't have to listen to her opinion on this matter anymore because she is a child by her own standards. But going forward, I want to remind ourselves of the last time we talked about Brittany Venti. This was about a year ago, where she made this stream called the Twitch to Sex Work Pipeline, talking about Twitch and the interaction it has with OnlyFans girls, which, by the way, is not a crazy comparison. Let's think back only about 2 months ago with the whole Twitch meta, where there was hypersexualization really on the forefront of Twitch and talked about the most that it's ever been. This is not a crazy idea behind this video, but the people she is using as an example is wild. In particular, she uses as a reference to VTubers sexualizing the platform, she uses Iron Mouse. Of all the people, she uses Iron Mouse.
Here's some clips I found that I wanted to share with you. If you truly weren't convinced that this is not for the reason of pandering to desperate horny simps, including little boys on Twitch, because, you know, there's no real age filter on here. Again, I don't have a problem with VTubers. It's the way that it's conducted.
Are we back now? That's for after stream. Y'all act like you don't have fun over there, too. We all have our funs, don't we?
Ooh, you're masturbating to me, right? Ooh, don't forget to be a tier 3 sub. Ooh, wow. Ooh. I'm an adult woman. Yeah, it's very interesting. The reaction from you guys is, what the fuck is this? That is a man. And versus Twitch chat just spamming their ooh emojis they paid money for.
So it probably doesn't surprise you that after the stream went live, everyone dunked on her for going after Iron Mouse, especially given the fact that she tried to characterize Iron Mouse's content as hyper-sexualized and even something equivalent to pedo baiting. And also, when it comes to that pipeline she's talking about, Brittany Venti, my brother in Christ, you are the pipeline. This is how you got started in YouTube and streaming, by making content like this. But returning to the present, here are some tweets that Brittany Venti has made over the past couple of days. So a user here was dunking on her thread about the head to height ratio chart, saying someone's still mad after being dunked on by us Gawr Gura chum buds, where she would quote that user saying, "Cover the company that made Gawr Gura literally try to copy strike my YouTube channel because they were triggered that I called out pedophiles, lolicons, and they failed. YouTube sided with me. Bragging about Cover trying to censor me for my opinion that pedophiles are disgusting is not a flex." Where she would get community noted, where it would say, Gawr Gura is over 18 in real life. We're unsure about her actual age, but many believe she's in her 20s. Now, this is a point that she made over and over again in her videos, where she tried to claim that the person behind Gawr Gura was actually a child, and on other occasions also tried to claim that the person behind Gawr Gura was a man, which we know both are false. But these narratives are something that she's been trying to push for a long time, and she tried to remind users of a video from 3 years ago where she talked about the supposed silencing that she was receiving from hololive, where she shared this video. And if you go back to this video right here, this is the comments section. You can see these comments from 3 years ago, all dunking on her. It's the whole comments section. Nobody was having this back in 2020, and nobody's having it here in 2024. But in the replies to that tweet, we see a very interesting clip. This clip is ratioing her tweet right here, and it's pretty much in the replies of all of her recent tweets about Gawr Gura and the topic of lolly, where this user says, "Lolicon aren't predator, but you seem like a predator when you flirt with an underage boy." Now, for context, this is an old clip from one of Brittany Venti's streams where she invites on what appears to be a 15-year-old and says what many people consider some flirtatious statements towards this person joining her stream.
Hello! Yo, what's up?
Sorry, I was just adjusting my my Miss Father collar after you said that you were a child. Okay, so what did you come here to get rubbed? I mean, confess today. Hello, my child. My very cute child.
I'm triggered.
You like that anime? I have a lot of anime back in my house. Not at God's house, but at my house.
Oh.
Yeah, God created anime. So I don't believe that children can sin, but would you like to confess your sins anyway? My child, don't be afraid of God. He's here for you. But not when I'm done with you.
So while Brittany Venti is blocking and ignoring anyone bringing up that clip in her replies, she had some more to say about the community note that was applied to her recent tweet about Gawr Gura, calling it fake news and that Twitter is trying to protect predators and blah, 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 blah. A whole lot of yapping and making herself look even more foolish in the process. Now, of course, I pointed out earlier in this video that Gawr Gura, or at least someone who is running her accounts, has made jabs at Brittany Venti in the past. Back in 2020, adding that little snippet to the thumbnail of one of her streams. Well, it's happening again. As Trigger Point says here, Brittany Venti shows back up crying about Lolly again. Gura retweets an image she used in one of her videos again. I appreciate the pettiness. So only a few months ago, Brittany Venti made another attack on Gawr Gura and used this retweet of artwork that Gawr Gura did as proof of whatever Brittany Venti is trying to claim. Well, lo and behold, fast forward to Valentine's Day, only a few days ago, Gawr Gura would retweet that image that was included in the video, seemingly right after all of this recent uproar that Brittany Venti has been making once again about Gawr Gura. And the pettiness is amazing. Whether it's Gawr Gura doing this or someone else running the account, they are very aware that Brittany Venti is once again talking about Gawr Gura in a negative light, and they are responding with this sort of petty message here, and it's pretty hilarious. But nonetheless, as always with this situation, if you see any slander going around on places like Twitter, Cover Corp has forms to fill out for that, and they will look into it themselves. But overall, with every other Brittany Venti related video, the jury's still out there. If she actually believes anything she's saying, or she's just a masterful troll grifting stupid people who are believing everything she's saying, the jury's not out yet. Like, we don't know. We don't know what it is, but all I know is that it makes really good content to make fun of, and that's what I'm going to do pretty much once a year. It's like a little hollow tradition here on the channel, but that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.